Good evening, your majesties, and welcome to the performance. I, of course, am Hayden Hartrick. I am the ringleader of this massive menagerie of monkeys, and these are your jesters. We've got Clayton Chalman.
Watch out, world. I've got 3 level 2 spell slots. You're going down.
We've got Alex Pittner.
It's me, Alex from.
We've got Maxim Foster.
Speak it loud, say it proud.
We've got
Bye.
Collin Mims.
One of my piercings is oozing, and I forgot what I was going to say. I had a whole 2-for-1 thing, but I don't remember what the second one was.
And we've got Brett Owen.
In the description of this video is going to be a GoFundMe link for 75 Blahaj, the stuffed sharks from IKEA. I need those for my graduation present. So if you can help me out, thank you so much.
And this is Jest.
West.
Hi everybody, how you doing? How's everybody doing? I hope you're all doing well. I'm glad you're here. Sorry we had to take a week off last week. Some stuff came up last minute. I'm sorry we didn't get to warn you guys sooner. Just stuff like this happens from time to time. However,
Please don't think we were taking anything off in reverence of 4th of July.
It was just some stuff happens every once in a
We
while.
had some flags to burn, okay?
However, that does bring me to an important announcement. Next week, we will not have our regularly scheduled programming as I will be out of town and unable to sit down and run the quest. So I know I actually didn't talk to anybody about this before our episode started. It's a surprise. No Jest Quest next week. So I hope we'll see you guys back here, only here, on the 25th is when our next episode after tonight's episode will come out. So I hope to see you there, and I hope that you are all excited for what we have to come. I think with that off the bat, I believe we are ready to begin, unless anybody wants to stop me. Good. Nobody better. Okay.
Okay.
Last time, with the Candy Mafia, our friends here, we had the city of Mozetta encased in snow. The party went through, talked to a few people, found out that this had been happening for the past 3 or 4 weeks, to the point where supplies had run thin, people were turning against each other, and the city was all around in a bad place. Supplies weren't coming in for whatever reason. They began to investigate, following the track of one of their allies, Yamina. She had given them the location of a few of her agents who had gone missing. And they also went to see a diviner who told them a grim prophecy and told them that the fates led them north. As they began to venture out along the road, they were following a long, curvy, icy road until eventually, after a few days of hunger and things reaching inside of them and making them weak as they began their journey, they came across a large ice pike sticking out in the center of this little area. They fought through a few undead until eventually reaching the top of this pike and finding a hag who introduced herself as Oraba. After a grueling fight, the party just managing to come out on top, they were able to put down Oraba, and the walls of the area around them began to just slowly drip, not in any danger of collapsing, but just the whole area beginning to slowly melt. And that is where we are picking up. As you look around with the environment kind of coming to you and just cooling off from the adrenaline, looking around at all the dead bodies, all these undead who are encased in snow, you do see that the device at the back of the room is still pulsing with magic energy, still drawing in and pulsing out magic energy. You look around and just the slow drip of water beginning to come from the roof above you. Nothing fast, nothing threatening. You still think, like, if you were to sit here and wait for it to melt, it would probably take over 24 hours for this whole thing to melt. But just the immediate area of frozenness is kind of dissipated at the moment. So what do you do?
I would like to first just pump a quick spell slot into Buddy.
Okay.
So he will repair himself after a minute.
Shoot a load in the buddy.
Grab my Tinker's tools and run over to the machine and try to get to work.
Okay. Great. So as you come up to the machine, it's pulsing with magic energy. What are you trying to do?
I guess first I want to stop it. I want to shut it off.
Okay. Cool. Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me. As you come up to this machine and you kind of push up against it, Thomas, you had been attacking this machine earlier, and you would notice that there was a white, protective sphere around it every time your spell come in. This doesn't seem to be present or be affecting Monty if it is present. He's able to walk directly up to the machine, and you begin to case it out. So this first, we're going to do this is a skill challenge. So we're going to do a couple of checks. I said Arcana. It's Arcana or Investigation to try to figure out how this machine operates is your first check.
Okay, and this is not using my Tinker's Tool bonus?
This is not using your Tinker's Tools. This is just you coming up to the machine and looking at how the whole machine operates.
Okay.
Am I able to help out?
You are able to help out in the sense of if you help him and you take this first check, so this is going to be a series of checks. If Monty makes them all, they will get progressively harder. If each of you decide to make one, you can make it easier on yourself as working as a party. So this will not be helping as in giving advantage. This will be helping as if you would like to make the Arcana or Investigation check first before Monty decides to disable it, you may.
That would actually probably be good, because I'll be a lot better at it when I'm using my tools. So for now, since we're level 7, I'm going to give our friend Thomas a flash of genius.
Okay. Go ahead and mark off one.
So you'll add an extra +5 to this roll.
And
Thomas,
Oh
my God.
You are under the effects of exhaustion.
Indeed.
You, Logan, and Monty are still under one level of exhaustion, so you make this check at disadvantage. What is
Okay.
your intelligence modifier, Monty?
Mine.
What is your intelligence
Me?
modifier, Monty? Yes.
5.
Okay, so you will roll, add your either Arcana or Investigation, and add an additional 5.
Y'all are not gonna believe me right now.
What'd you get?
Y'all are not gonna fucking believe me, Hayden. I think that I don't know if y'all can see this.
Is
See
that
the result.
is that double nat 20s?
That's double nat 20s, yeah.
insane.
So
That's the
Hayden,
first roll.
I think
First roll.
400.
I think I control the freaking ice machine.
So you walk up here and you kind of get down on your knees and you kind of begin to investigate this large orb, kind of case it around, and you immediately you kind of are looking around, looking to see how this operates. You kind of see it draws in just the natural magic that, like, coming in at the bottom, you just see raw magical energy, and then it kind of pulsates a white glow out from the middle, which you immediately assume to be the spell. You immediately recognize what this object is. It is a spell amplification orb. It is extremely hard to produce, and can be focused into one spell and give it a massive amount of energy. However, once a spell has been focused into it, it has to remain stationary, and once a spell has been focused into it, disabling it has a very high likelihood of destroying the machine. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, but you look around, and immediately you find its power source. just right at the, like, you find just under a little piece of metal, you just feel the magic kind of guiding you, and you're like, oh, right here, and you see this kind of pulsating orb that will reach up. Monty, because he got a natural 20, you're going to roll your disable check with advantage. Canceling out your disadvantage.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead and make a Tinkerer's Tools check to try to disable this machine.
I'm going to use another flash of genius.
You are looking at a DC 20 to disable the machine. And it is a DC 30 to disable it without destroying the machine.
Okay. So I'm going to give myself a flash of genius.
Okay.
Which will bring my total roll to a plus 16.
Okay.
So I need, I think, a 14
or higher.
And I need
You need
a
a
4 or higher
to disable the machine.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, God, I'm nervous. Hold on.
No, there's no
way it's not 20.
It's 3 rolls of the whole night. That's a 36, Hayden.
Can we just call the episode right here, please? Like this, like we can't.
You find a way to reverse the polarity, and everything is undone.
Everything goes back. Yeah, everything goes back.
Okay.
Oh man.
Monty, you have this. You're going here. Because you got a natural 20, I will also give you an extra point of information. Disabling this will almost certainly cause the collapse of the area around you to happen extraordinarily quickly. So you kind of take this moment. You have all your tools in place. I am not going to make you ever re-roll this. You are going to be able to disable this orb, keep it intact for further study and use. However, if you decide to do this right now, there's a very high likelihood you will, this area is going to begin to collapse in on you, and you will not have time to fully explore the rest of the area.
I'm going to keep my tools at the ready. I think I've pretty much got this thing. But if I take this, we're about to be in the world's biggest water slide. So
Hell yeah.
anybody who wants to take a look at anything, do it now.
I mean, we have to find Jasper.
Jessica.
There is still that ice block in the middle.
Oh, I forgot about
that.
that.
A black feathered arm was sticking out of that a robber ripped off and ate.
I'm gonna.
Oh, I found Jessica.
Could Dionys have been looking at that while they were messing with the machine?
Of course. Make a perception check.
Okay. I have good perception. I should. Oh, I don't know if I have that good perception. That is a... Damn it, why must I have so many fucking characters? Okay. So, that will be a 13.
A 13. Okay. While they're going over here, just fucking rocking it on this spell amplification orb, you kind of go over, you like wipe your hand across the ice, kind of like look around, eventually clearing away some of the frost, and you do see inside is the frozen body of Jeskar. You recognize he has just his like claws out, clenched. There actually seems to be a bit of frozen. You would recognize this as like whenever Micah would use his key, there was a certain like energy that would go around his fist. The same energy is around his fist, still kind of pulsating in the ice.
And I think it's safe to say he's probably dead.
With that perception check, you're not certain. The key is still there, but when Micah passed away, his key was able to remain in the material plane for a little while. So with that perception check, unfortunately, you're not able to discern immediately if he is alive or dead, or how long he's been in this ice.
But it would... This is most definitely Jessica. I am not certain if he is still alive, which feels somewhat silly, but also, given the circumstances, I think it is worthwhile nonetheless to have him out. We can at least take him back.
I mean, I can kind of do a little heat with prestidigitation, so... Like,
Don't you also have Firebolt?
well, yes, but I'm afraid that I'm afraid I'm gonna really do some damage, and prestidigitation's soft.
So you begin to heat up the ice with prestidigitation?
Very, very slow.
Just go ahead and give me a spell attack roll.
Oh, I'm decent at those.
If you roll another natural 20, I'm going to kill you.
I rolled a 9 for a total of 17.
Okay, that's fine. Easy enough, you begin to slowly melt the ice. Logan and Vidya, what are you doing while this is happening? Logan, you're kind of coming off of adrenaline, and it is starting to set in your mind exactly what happens as you look around at your about probably a half-foot shorter body. You feel like you kind of like
baggy
feel up
clothes
on your face. The clothes are baggy on you. You feel acne kind of on your. The actually only thing that is not baggy is your fist of Flaros, which adapted to the change in your body size. And you begin to feel like acne on your face, and as you begin to speak, you notice your voice cracks a little bit. Before coming.
I literally am on the ground. What the fuck? And I look at Vidya and I say, heal me right now, heal me.
Sugar, of course I'll heal you. Hold up.
Heal me, please.
Hold up. Just in case this doesn't work, though, do you have a preferred high school you want to go to, or?
What?
I feel like you do wonderful in the chess club. Okay, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your D8. Add your charisma modifier.
That's 11.
All right. You regain 11 hit points. You feel like your wounds kind of close a little bit,
but the pores don't. The pores on your face do not close.
You open your eyes.
What?
You look back around. Your clothes are still baggy. You are still 15. Your body is still 15.
Dionys, heal me, Dionys, heal me. Vidya can't do it. Vidya can't do it because it's a deeper thing than that.
Logan, I do not. This was no curse. This was your own magic. There is not much that I can do regarding this. For what it is worth, you make a very endearing 15-year-old.
Vidya seeing like him freaking out like that is gonna like get on her knees, like put her hand on his shoulder and be like, now honey, this isn't the first time I've seen somebody or have experienced personally magic irrevocably changing your body in one way or another. Tell you what, being 15 years old is probably the best thing that could have happened given the circumstances.
Best thing that could have happened?
Oh yeah.
What
you want to see some real fucked up shit?
Yeah, what have you seen, Vidya?
And Vidya pulls up her eye patch.
All right. As Vidya pulls up her eye patch,
oh my god,
you see underneath it where you would expect an eye to be are these 3 large green eyes, almost like snake eyes, with these black slits and this green, like vibrant green going out of it as they all just kind of like look around, just like regular eyes, just all 3 under this eye patch.
And then I close the eye patch immediately and say, but that'll be just our little secret, okay?
What? I voice throws up like, literally like throws up right where he's standing. Like, oh my god. Oh, and then I see the food, and I'm like, oh my god, because there's food right there, right?
There is
food.
food. There's a massive there's a table that has a bunch of like bread and fruit and stuff, and there is a corner that has a bunch of chests and casks and such.
I go straight to the food, and I just like start eating like a teenager eats.
All right.
Teenagers with their binging and purging, you know?
This moment.
Not in that order.
Wow.
Thomas,
Okay.
you have melted the upper body of Jeskar, who kind of just like slumps down into you. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
Okay. Also, if
I'm gonna cast guidance on that since I'm right there.
Ooh, thank you. All right, so quick question: would the I'll just roll the medicine check. I got a 15 on the medicine check.
Okay. He is. You kind of take a moment as his upper body falls into you, and you kind of.
Hey, bud.
It's cold.
Is it really cold?
But you kind of run your hand up and you kind of feel over in the pulse, and you just feel a faint boom, boom. Just a very, very slow heartbeat.
All right, well, mission success, right, guys? We really nailed it. Now that my leg that I commandeered is gone, does anyone wait, no, she ate Jeskar's arm, never mind. Hayden, just for general knowledge, with this like spell amplifier, if we were to cast like
Whoa, hold up.
Hey.
Whoa.
We've got
Whoa.
two Collins.
Two Collins.
The overlay has done a freaky.
Okay, no, I got kicked out of the other one. I don't know why that other one's still there.
Remove.
Okay, well there we go.
That's
All good stuff.
all right. Cool. Sorry, Thomas, you were back. What were you saying?
I was asking, just because I don't know if I fully understand how like this like spell amplifier thing works. If we were to do what we've been trying to do for ages, if we were to use it to cast good berry through it, would there just be like a crap ton of berries? Like, is that kind of like how this would work, or is it only for like AoE type spells like cold?
So a spell amplification orb, because you rolled a natural 20, I will tell you, you've actually you remember, you haven't read about these because you didn't read.
No.
But you do remember Simon one day just talking about these, about when he was studying and you were just in the area. He was talking about these, and he was talking about how each one of these, the spell amplification orb, depends on what spell you cast through it, depends on the effect. So you could assume with something like Good Berry, where it would normally create you 10 berries, could create you 100 to 1,000 or something along that effect, depending on how well made the amplification orb is and how powerful the caster is.
Sounds like some great berries.
However, you do still need to provide the material components.
Yeah. Oh, which is just the berries.
The sprig of mistletoe, which you
The
do not.
sprig of mistletoe. Well,
However, there is food here that you could eat.
Oh,
Yes.
that's right.
you
Which
wanna-
Logan is currently doing.
So you, Thomas, you finish removing all of this ice. There's the unconscious body. The blood, it seemed like kind of almost reverse cauterized, if that makes any sense. Like the place that he was encased in basically froze and clotted his blood before his lost arm began to bleed out. Some
Okay.
powerful ice magic to do something like that.
So I don't have to cauterize it, is what you're telling
Correct.
me.
You do not have to cauterize it.
Okay,
And he is still just barely alive.
Hayden, do I need to be like stayed here at the machine?
No, Buddy
To
can
hold on to my-
Buddy can hold the tools if you would like.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, I'll have Buddy come do that. And I will go snag some G-dang food.
Okay. So you go over to this table, taking bread, cheeses, some dried meats, other things like that. They've just been piled onto this. Yes.
First, I'll, just to be safe, quick detect magic on it.
On the food? Okay.
Yeah. Or I guess on
everything. Yeah, because I believe you are close enough to everything.
Oh right, she's probably got some good
Yes.
Casper stuff.
Okay. There are no magical effects on the food. The entire area around you, this entire pike, has heavy evocation magic. Is what it is running through it. You kind of that multicolored magic that was kind of pulsing through the ground is seeming what was able to form and hold this area. From the pile of chests and casks and furs and other things in the back corner, you notice two senses of magic. There is one that is... Sorry, give me just a second. There is one that is enchantment and one that is conjuration. Then on Oraba, there are two sources of magic coming from like behind her, like just kind of on her in her belt area, and there is her staff, which was directly next to her, that does have a faint magical aura similar to that of a spell focus.
I guess I'll direct everybody to those, and we'll start grabbing stuff.
Okay. Give me just 1 second. Let me look through all my notes to double check that I am telling you what is there and that is everything is correct. The sources of magic behind Oraba, one is abjuration, and the other is illusion.
Bless you.
Thank you.
We all saw that sneeze coming like 30
Mm,
minutes.
a mile away.
Yeah, that was
scary.
very translated, projected. Sneeze.
Who is going where?
So Dionys and Thomas, I imagine, are still trying to get Jessica out of the ice.
He is fully free from the ice at this point.
Yeah. Okay, great. Dionys is going to cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay. At what level?
First level.
Okay.
That's going to be 11 hit points back.
11 hit points. Okay, so you see the wound in his arm kind of begin to heal over, going from a fresh, like, clotted blood to slowly flesh beginning to kind of come back as he's laying on the floor and then...
Hey, bud.
Welcome back.
begins to, like, stand up on his own.
You might not want to do that so quickly.
Yeah, bud, let's...
And then notices his arm.
Oh, no.
He kind of looks at you all. Looks at Oraba. Back to you all.
What do you like?
This guy got the rules.
Kind of see he tries to like flap out his wings from his right arm and just kind of realizes that he can't fly anymore.
Oh no.
And he kind of... And then he reaches out his hand to shake Thomas's, who's directly in front of him.
Oh, yeah. I'll go for like a bro shake. Yeah. You good? You okay? I mean, I know it's a hard day, I'm sure, but...
And he turns around and begins to walk down the spiral staircase.
Dionysus is going to call out and say, "Wait, take some food with you." And she's going to just gather up some stuff on the table. Is there anything to like hold it together, like a little sack or anything?
Sure. Yeah, you look around. Make an insight check.
Okay. Nat 20.
Okay. There are some around here. There are furs. There are torches. There is piles of wood. There are chests, which seem to almost perfectly fit the amount of food here. In the back corner, you do see a couple of wagon wheels. You begin to put it together in your head that a lot of this seems like stuff that would be sent on a supply crate or a supply caravan.
Oh.
So yes, it's a massive amount of food, enough to feed a city.
This is just the start. Whatever you can take. And she's going to shove it all into like a
begin to
sack.
put it into a chest, and he will actually take like a large like crate and take one arm and kind of jam his claws into the top once it's been shut, and just kind of lifts it up, puts it on his shoulder like this, and begins to like one-armed carried it down the spiral staircase and begins to leave the area.
Logan will, in his emotions and everything, go over to the chest and start digging around for the for whatever items or stuff.
Sure. Make an investigation check for me.
That's a natural 6, baby.
Okay.
All right. So among everything, you're able to find the magic items because they have already been called out to you. You find a series of 4 silver horseshoes with some runic engravings in them. And you also find a longbow with these engravings, masterwork engravings in the wood of a bunch of animals, elks, gorillas, elephants, mammoths, tigers, bears, just up and down, like engraved into this beautiful bow that has a like crimson red string right next to it. And among everything else, there's chests of furs and a bunch of supplies that would be very useful in a city encased in snow.
Yeah.
There's bloodied armor that seems to, you put together in your head that it seems to have come from Omphalos. It has the Omphalos crest in it, and other such things like that.
Can I do like an Arcana check on the horseshoes or something? Whatever those are.
Yes, you to be able to discern what these would do, you'll have to use the Identify spell.
Okay.
You can maybe, if you would like to take an Arcana check regardless, and maybe give a ballpark. Go ahead.
Sure. Yeah. Natural 8, maybe.
You are not used to runic magic. You're not used to enchantments. Nothing puts together in your head.
Vinny's gonna ask, hey Monty, you ever tack a horse, do the horseshoes before?
Yeah, I've put horseshoes on before.
Can you put one on my spectral horse?
Yeah, I mean, we could also, if these are magic, they might be We can discern what they do, but they'd probably be pretty good for alabaster too.
Oh yeah. Oh
I
shit.
guess we'll just have to see. It'll probably be either more helpful on the fight horse or the travel horse.
We should put him on Gerald.
Actually,
is Alabaster with us right now?
He's like in the spot. Remember where we left him?
Okay,
Like,
I was just thinking like we could have the horseshoes like tacked on for now, just so we can bring as much of the shit back as possible and see if the shoes would help at all.
Yeah, we could do that. We could probably wait at least till we get outside of the pike, and then we can see what these babies can do.
Okay.
Real quick, can we huddle up? Can we huddle up, group? Can we huddle up, team, real quick?
With or without Jeskar?
Yeah. 2, 3 more weeks before I'm out of this terrible thing. I'm gonna have a router in my room in my next apartment.
Okay.
So we don't even have to worry about this going forward. All right.
Hell yeah.
Only a few more weeks, so please bear with us. Sorry. What were you saying?
I was gonna say, so based on just what just went down there, I think we need to have a very serious talk. I might reveal some information that is not necessarily mine to reveal, but Monty specifically. Buddy almost died. Like, was destroyed there.
Yeah.
And that could have been very bad for, like, the whole world, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've got fail safes.
Okay, you do?
But what are you talking about? Like, why do you need fail safes? He's just a robot or something. Like, he doesn't.
Here's the thing: if Buddy dies, Buddy, I know we're saying your name a lot, Buddy. Do not move under any circumstance. If Buddy dies, Buddy is not dead. That body is gone, but Buddy, his essence, what Buddy is essentially like my arcane signature. So if I made a new Buddy, it's still the same Buddy.
Okay.
But the anvil, I've had a plan for that for a while. You know how we can shrink things?
Yes.
Yeah, I can just hit that with reduce.
Have we done that before? Have we shrunk things before? I said yes.
I think we've made things big.
We shrunk that person
when we were going to shrink you to the size of a baby so that we could carry you in travel.
Oh yes, that sounds so awesome.
Also, we encased Micah's like body in amber or something, right?
Talia's
amber.
That was not us.
You're right.
Although admittedly, that would have been interesting to talk to Talia about, but something strikes me that she might be too ambitious. That would perhaps be more risky to ask her help in than it would be worth.
Right, but why does it matter that we shrink the anvil? What are you getting at?
All right, Vidya and Logan. There's something very important in Buddy's head. Something very dangerous.
Going forward, if we're in a fight and it looks like we're about to start dying, what should we do, Monty? Because if the Phoenix King had killed all of us, he'd just have that. If this ice mage had done that to us, they'd have this this awful, horrible spell amplifier thing. And then also a weapon of arcane magical destruction. If
How
things
much
look
destruction?
bad, what should we do?
I don't have a great answer to that. I've thought about this a lot, and on one hand, I don't want to stop trying to help people. Because, I mean, right now, so far we've taken out a mass terrorist and, I mean, I guess a witch terrorist.
And an eco
An eco-terrorist, yes.
environmental
Yeah.
terrorist. Yeah.
But
Not really an environmental terrorist in any way that would matter.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to stop doing that. And I just don't know where to keep this thing. There's no way to get rid of it. And if I throw it into the ocean, somebody's going to fucking find it.
Mhm.
Look around us. What do you see?
Ice,
What is in the ice?
dead bodies.
Yes. We are clearly not the only ones who have encountered Oraba. But, oh, have I frozen?
A
You're
little
good, just
bit.
for a little
You're
Briefly,
You're good.
Briefly, but you're good.
I hate
Nah.
this.
Oh.
Oh.
Uh,
Whew.
Speaking of
Look
getting
at us
frozen,
go.
y'all.
Yeah.
Poop stream
Oh, Rafa
two.
lives.
Poop stream
Poop stream too.
We've had some good stuff, okay? We've had some good stuff happen in this session.
Yeah. Great
I
RP.
need to have poop stream too, okay?
All right.
We are not the first ones to have encountered Oraba, but we are the ones who have survived it. Would Buddy be safer anywhere else?
I agree.
As of right now, let us simply be aware of it. Let us continue it. But for right now, there's an entire table of food. There is a group of people who have not eaten. There is a city that has not eaten. Let us get what we must. Let us put together things. Let us destroy that machine, and then we'll be on our way.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah, sister. Also, Monty, one other thing I want to ask. Didn't you say you just like heal them by fixing them, casting that mending spell? Just teach us how to do it. Just teach us how to do it. It's
Well,
so
even with
simple.
mending, that takes that would take like a minute, and it doesn't heal him a whole bunch.
Sure, but like
I'm just
I don't
gonna
know.
I'm gonna try to be smart about how to use them. If things get sour, I'll shrink the anvil. And even at the most dire circumstances, if somebody needs to hold monsters off while y'all escape with the ley line, that's me. This is my responsibility.
Just let us know, you know? I didn't know we could have blown us all up to smithereens or anything like that until 3 seconds ago. So
Yeah, that was a good call on Thomas's part.
yeah. Anyways, help me lift this crate. We're getting the shit out of here.
Let's go.
Logan and Vidya, both of you make a history check for me. Is he? That was the first time he just said the word ley line.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I would. I don't think I would.
You were correct me if I'm wrong, but from unless I missed something, you did not reveal what was it. You just said ley line. That was the first time you said it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's an 8.
9.
Yeah.
Okay.
9.
You said this was Arcana check, right? From both of you.
You said history.
I said okay. History or Arcana, your choice.
Okay.
Oh,
then
okay.
That's a 10 then.
Okay, that's enough. Logan. Word ley line throws you. Ley lines aren't things that people hold. Ley lines
Right.
can't be seen. Ley lines can't be beholden. They are an integral part of magic. What he just said does not add up with the way the world is understood to work.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and I brush that off.
Right.
I don't yet because there's a lot of things I don't understand right now, and I'm also 15. I'm 15, so I think I have and I'm an impetuous child. I'd also like to check Araba's body for those weapons as well, the magical whatever she had on her.
Great.
Yeah.
So you kind of push through. There is her staff that she was wielding. That is a large gray wooden staff that is next to her body, and you kind of push her over and look on her back. There are 2 tattooing needles, each connected to inkwells. The first one that you touch is icy cold, is with this white ink inside of it, the inkwell. The second one seems to have almost a living ink that kind of moves around the inkwell as you look at it, and it kind of almost chameleon-like adapts to the colors that it is pushed against.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
We're about to get matching tattoos.
that would be actually so cool. I've never even thought about tattoos in D&D, but there's like that one class or something. Or like
tattoos from Tasha's Cauldron of
Yeah.
Fire.
Yes,
Cool.
Tasha's
Yeah.
introduced some tattoo items, and they're cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'll just like tell everyone about that, but I'll just like hold them or I'll
Okay.
take those as well.
Okay, cool. Go and write this down in your
My
inventory.
office is going to pick up the staff and take that with her.
All right.
Cool, cool.
Yep, you can go ahead and write down Araba's staff in your inventory. Sure. You have not cast Identify on anything yet, correct?
No.
I assume you're waiting. If you begin to pack up the food, there's enough. There is a shit ton of stuff here.
Yeah.
You could all probably carefully carry everything back yourselves. You would be heavily encumbered, and it would probably double or triple the time it takes for you to get back.
How long did it take us for us to get here? A week, right? Or
You're not exactly sure.
oh, okay.
As you kind of come out, packing up, and you kind of see the snow begin to melt on the ground, that little bit of haziness that was in your head as you approached has dissipated, and you're able to kind of like look around. Somebody they can make just a general survival or nature check for me.
I'll do nature.
Okay.
Or I'll do, I think, survival. Ironically, I think I have more in survival than nature.
Yes. Well, survival is the wisdom-based ability. Nature is the intelligence.
That'll be a 15.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
You are probably, between everything, walking on foot about a day's travel, so about 12 hours out from Mozetta.
So it would take us about 3 days to get back with carrying everything?
It could take you, if you were to walk back right now, you could technically make it back to Mozetta before nightfall. If you were to take everything back, you might have to rest once or twice, depending on how well your rolls go.
We could tell people about this place. And
No, I'm not letting this piece of shit stand out of the ground for longer than it already has been. No.
But, I mean, we should just truck it. It'll take a while, but I mean, we
Yeah.
get some sleep. Got this food.
Well,
That's
even
true.
if this place melts, the food will still be here.
Listen, I might actually, if I hurry, I could pretend. There's a possibility I could get there and let people know.
Oh.
If you all will carry what you can, I can get the rest with everyone else. We should get what we can.
That's
right.
brilliant.
Yeah.
very good point.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So everything has been moved outside of the pike for now. All that remains is Buddy and the orb.
I will. I'll go and I'll take it. I'll
Okay.
take the pieces. And I'll tell Buddy to go outside with everybody.
Okay.
I'm about to be.
Did you die doing this? Like, I don't know.
I
if
don't
that-
think I'll die. I think this is just gonna probably be a wild little ride.
It's a Willy Wonka situation where there's the story about the castle made of chocolate. Like, that's what's
Yeah.
about to happen.
Oh, yeah.
So Buddy emerges from the pike. You're all kind of standing watching the pike.
and I will do it. I'll
You
finish.
kind of just take your tinkerer's tools, find a point where the magic is weak that you already found, sever that just slightly, just pull it like unplugging something, and it just, boom, and this massive, probably about torso-sized brass orb just kind of falls and cracks into the ice.
But it's still intact,
It
right?
is still intact and potentially usable.
Oh, it's torso size.
It's a large orb. It was kind of floating in its own self. It is a large orb that was like
Maybe
with magic.
Maybe I would have had Buddy stay with me then.
Okay, that's fine. I'm sorry, I didn't. That was my bad.
No, you're good. You're good. Then I will. Buddy and I will grab it together.
As it hits the ground and you begin to pick it up, you see a chunk of the wall just falls in and shatters through the floor. The entire area around you, there are cracks from that orb leading out all across the area as the entire place begins to collapse down on top of you.
You know what occurs to me now that this entire thing is collapsing? We never checked on that skeleton or on any of those statues.
Whoops!
Whoops.
I tried during combat, but
Yeah.
Monty, what are you doing to try to get out of here?
Is there? Do I see if I jumped off the side? Is there anywhere I could do that?
You were falling about 2 stories.
Cool. Me and Buddy, can I?
Yeah.
Here's the plan.
Okay.
And you can tell me if this is feasible in a mind. Buddy and I pick up the orb, run to the side, jump off, feather fall.
All right.
Can I?
Make an athletics check with advantage.
Okay.
This is just gonna be seeing you guys are like you're doing this. If this was just you running out and jumping, you would be fine. But this is to check to see how well you handle 2 people running sideways while holding a massive brass orb.
Uh-huh.
Would we be able to see them like fall as they jump from outside?
We're gonna see. I'm
Okay.
gonna roll a D8 on a 1, 2, or 3. Yes.
Okay.
It is a 3. You're seeing them
Cool.
come out of the left side as they jump.
Okay, I'm gonna cast a second level bless on them as they run out.
You'll see them after they have made the jump.
Never mind.
Okay.
I will though go ahead and give myself my third of the day flash of inspiration.
Okay.
I was truly like, before we got into this, I was like, man, this level 7 ability sucks. I've already used it 3 times.
It is an amazing ability.
Yeah. All right. So with advantage, you said?
With advantage, because Buddy is technically helping you.
Cool. Then that is going to be a filthy 20.
Filthy 20.
Ooh.
Okay. You don't drop it. You jump out. You are now in the air. You cast Featherfall on yourself, Buddy, and the object, and you gently float down as you all watch as the pike collapses in on itself back into what you assume where it used to be, which is this large kind of pond edging into a lake that is now just filled with a bunch of like ice chunks that are just slowly melting. What's up?
And corpses.
Yes, there are skeletons and body parts just floating in this pond lake.
We see magical swords we'll never be able to equip because they got lost in the lake.
Immediately, the snow around you has like almost fully melted. And you have a bunch of supplies and a massive torso-sized orb.
Ball.
All right. Well, let us begin.
let's go.
Okay.
Dionys is going to use her wild shape to transform into a.
With your wild shape, you could make your with Buddy and you wild shaped. You could potentially make your fully carrying everything back much easier, depending on what you wild shape into.
Yes, but keep in mind wild shape lasts for an hour.
It's true. Very true.
True.
So it would be better to go ahead and I feel like enlist them.
Yeah.
You also have Brett's steed, correct?
Yeah.
And that has saddlebags included in the cast?
I think it's just whatever like the best like stats for a steed could be for traveling. That's the ones I want to use. I guess that's a war horse or like I said there was a camel.
You
guys want a camel?
You already chose the war horse, unless you wouldn't like to take the 10 minutes to recast it.
Yeah, the war horse would be fine.
We also have. I'm kind of with Collin too, because we have a big orb that we're going to be carrying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you can stay in V shape for a number of hours equal to half your druid level. So I can be in it for 6 hours, but that's really the perfect amount for me to just dash into.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, also, let's see what those horseshoes can do.
Are you taking the time to do it now?
It wouldn't hurt.
Are you?
So,
Do you have identify? Are you casting it?
I don't have identify.
Okay.
How long would it take me or Tommy to hit and identify on it?
There are 4 items, so it would take you about 40 minutes to identify everything fully with ritual casting. If both of you are ritual casting, it would take you 20 minutes.
Do we want to hit some of them before we start walking? I mean, it's going to take us hours anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that just gives Dionysus more time to get to town before us, so I'm down to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
What form are you taking, Dionysus?
I was trying to look up animals that I can transform into really fast. I'm really sorry.
Because you do not have a fly. Did you get flying speed yet, or is that next level?
Not yet. I was thinking I would fly, and then I looked at it and I was like, oh man, I'm 1 level away. I'm 1 level away from where wild shape actually starts to get pretty useful.
Damn.
I know. So let me see. I'm at CR half right now, right?
Yes.
And third.
I was like, oh, giant horse is actually giant seahorse, which is that would be kind of funny, but
That would be fun as
while
hell.
you decide on that, I will go ahead and give you guys the identified magic items. So,
Perfect.
starting with the things on Araba's body, the 2 needles. There is a. Oh, where is the magic items? Oh, my notes are so long. There is the 2 tattoos. One of them is called a masquerade tattoo. It is a common tattoo, so it only covers 1 limb. You can use your action, I believe. Actually, let me double check I'm telling you these things correctly. So, the masquerade tattoo. Oh, come on, let's load. Okay, masquerade tattoo. It requires attunement. And the needle will turn into the whole apparatus will become part of the tattoo. So, as a bonus action, you can shape the tattoo into any color or pattern and move it to any area of your skin. It is always obviously a tattoo. It can range in size from no smaller than a copper piece to an intricate work that covers all of your skin. So, bonus action, you can shift the tattoo into anything. Then, once per dawn, you can cast the Disguise Self spell as an action.
Ooh.
Then there is the other one, which is called a Spell Rot tattoo. What the Spell Rot tattoo is it's almost similar. It does not require attunement. And it covers, I believe, 2 arms and your back is what this particular spell, this one will cover. And it kind of acts like a spell scroll that is ingrained into your body. This one holding a 5th level Armor of Agathis. After you've cast the spell, the tattoo will disappear from your body, and you will not. You will only get 1 use of this item. However,
I was going to say
it is a 1-use 5th level Armor of Agathis that is ingrained into your body. So for whatever reason you were to lose all of your items, your tattoo would stay on your body, and you could use it in that regard. All right.
Yes.
Then the horseshoes are called the Horseshoes of Speed. Silver horseshoes, and a set of 4. While affixed to the hooves of a horse or similar creature, they increase the creature's walking speed by 30 feet.
Nice.
That will take you about an hour to... It technically is going to require attunement for the horse, but none of you have to worry about it because I don't think your horse is going to have 3 attunement slots. And finally, the bow. This is called Nerial's Bow. Nerials. Nerial's Longbow. It's a longbow with a crimson thing. It is a +1 longbow, and it has the engravings of all of these beasts across it. You learn, as you cast it, that it can store the spirits of beasts and conjure them as allies. Whenever you... if you may touch this bow to the body of a beast that died in the last minute to store the spirit of that beast in the bow to a maximum of 5 spirits at any one time.
Whoa.
That's
when
cool.
you make an attack with this bow, you may also conjure the spirit of one of these animals to fight alongside you, which requires your concentration. You may do this by expending a number of slots equal to its charges. Excuse me, I wrote down slots, but it's charges equal to its challenge rating. This retains one charge per day, and has a maximum amount of charges equal to the largest challenge rating beast stored in here. Anything less than 1 will be rounded up to 1. Currently, it has the spirit of an elk in it, and that is it.
Nice. That's very cool.
That's
Transport
got
elk.
Dionysus' name written all over
Yeah,
it.
fully. Yeah,
That
fully.
is perfect. That's awesome.
And whoever identified that, go ahead and make a history check for me.
You or me, Tommy?
I think I'm pretty good at history. I have a +8 to history.
Yeah, all you, baby.
Okay. I got an 11.
Okay. All right.
This is so frustrating because you're like the only DM I know who actually makes people check for history. Like
Love
this
that.
is
Yeah.
only time it's been important in a D&D campaign I played.
Hey, I like my world building. What can I say?
Um,
But I'm also
we can-
not just gonna give it to you. You gotta work for it.
Yeah.
I mean, here, let's consider all the things about our world that we just straight up don't know about because it's not relevant to our day-to-day life.
Yeah, but like what I don't know is like Tony made a sandwich in New York and now that sandwich is the best sandwich in New York. I don't know like a bow that shoots animals, spirits.
Wait. You don't know that Tony made the best sandwich ever? What
Okay,
is-
are we gonna talk about Tony lore or are we gonna play the fucking game?
I want to talk about Tony lore.
Dionys, have you decided upon a beast to transform into?
Yes, I'm going to. The best that I can do is a warhorse.
Okay.
In terms of speed.
Easy enough. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me. If you are traveling at maximum speed, in the terms of trying to dash and stuff, I'm going to see if you can make it through the whole day.
Okay. That first one's going to be a 4.
Okay.
Or a 6, excuse me.
You begin to dash off into the forest. You're trying... That was to see if you could make it through in like a really, really short amount of time. You end up arriving in the city of Mozetta shortly after nightfall, probably about 10 or 11 o'clock at night, as your body kind of began to give out under it. So you arrive like just as your wild shape is ending.
All right. That sucked. Dionys is going to she's going to return to the monastery because that's the only place that she can think of right now.
Okay. If you do a level rounded down. Great. All right. So you go to the monastery. How are you getting up onto the second floor?
I was kind of hoping that they would have unbarred it by now.
Okay, so
alright.
actually, sorry. Excuse me. You approach the city of Noisetta 6 hours after your party had disbanded this. The snow has all but melted. The city is back to its normal state. However, it is still pretty quiet in the streets. Not a lot of people. Of course, it's nighttime, but not a lot of people are out. As you go up, if you try the front door, it still is barricaded at the moment.
All right. Is there like a window or something nearby?
Yeah, sure. Easy enough to find.
Oh man, I don't have another. Ooh, wait. Can't I restore? Can I not restore use of wild shape using a spell slot? Is that a thing, or did I make that up in my head?
You might have made that up in your head. That might be a Tasha's thing, though. Let me look. If not, I'm gonna say that seems.
It's not a big deal. She is going to. How tall is the second floor?
It's about. I believe I said it's about 10 to 15 feet up.
Really? That's not bad at all. Okay. She is going to cast Summon Fae on the second level.
Okay.
So it just drops onto the ceiling.
All right.
On the roof, and she is going to say, "Please, knock on the door for me."
It walks over. Bo, 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 bo. Eventually, you hear, just faintly from the ground, you hear the stone being moved, and the door opens, and you hear Jeffrey go, "What the hell? What the hell is that? What are you?" And he is going to make an attack roll at your your thing.
That is my friend, please.
Does a 14 hit your Fae?
No, it does not.
Okay. You see his fist come out and then go around, and he's like, "Oh, Dionys, right?
Yes, please.
This is with you."
Well, look over the side of the roof, please.
You see he like shuffles out and like takes a wide berth around the Fae and comes over to the edge and then like looks over. "Hey.
Would you please grab your mistress for me? We have located plenty of supplies for the town."
Okay. Yeah, I think she's asleep. Jessica got back a little while ago, and I'll go ask. I'll go look for. He goes back inside again, going around the Fae. Goes back. A couple minutes pass until Yamina comes back, and she comes out in an evening robe and says, "Dionys!"
Yes, Yelena, thank you. I am sorry to bother you, but as you can see,
You handled everything.
yes. We have found supplies for the entirety of the city. I would appreciate your aid in mobilizing some people. We cannot carry it all by ourselves.
Why are you talking to me from the corner here? Why don't you come inside?
The door is locked. Is the front door not barricaded?
Jeffrey!
Poor guy.
Miss Yamina, I told you to remove the barricade. It was really heavy. I didn't. Come around front.
All right.
The door shuts, and
Yeah.
you hear some yelling going on from behind until eventually you come around front, and the doors open to you to the first floor of the Monastery of the Giving Bird. You see that familiar statue of the Arakocra chakra that stands in the center of the room with the solidified air that circles around it. There is a few tables and chairs that have been pushed to the side. You see Jeskar is now also down, having just pushed a few things to the side. And she's like, tell me what this is about supplies.
Jeskar brought some as well, I believe. Or at least we had given him some, but there was plenty of food and furs, which admittedly are somewhat superfluous at the moment. But
we had enough to make a few deliveries.
Yes. There should be enough people in town. I just cannot get them all myself. Do you know anyone who might be willing to help?
I'm sure I could scrounge together a few people.
Thank you. I will grab some that I know of myself, and I will meet you at the north gate of Mozetta. We can leave from there.
Right now?
Yes.
All right. She kind of says, all right. Jeskar, you stay here. You've had a hard day. And he goes, He's like, all right, fine, fuck it.
I love Jeskar.
Me too.
As you head off, where are you going?
I am going to go over to Mariah's house.
All right. Minute passes. You see some candlelight coming out from the living room. The door's open, and you see Mariah. She's like, "Oh, it's very late. You look roughed up.
Yeah.
Oh, all right."
I apologize, but we have some supplies. I understand that you might not be able to help us, but I was wondering if those staying with you might be able to help us. There is enough supplies to feed the city, and we would use we could really use the help.
Okay. You see that? You see. She says, "Well, Pravis left earlier today, but I can see maybe I have a couple of friends in town I could go knock on. She was the only one staying with me, but I can ask. Are you asking to leave right now?"
Yes, if you would have them meet us at the north gate, along with anyone else that would be willing to help.
Very well. You see she kind of begins to make her way outside, kind of walking through the city streets. Go ahead and make just a general persuasion check for me.
All right. That is going to be an 18.
Okay. Easy enough to gather. You could probably gather about 10 people total, which is pretty good, especially since this town is running low on people.
Oh God.
Everybody else. We're going to cut back to everybody else real quick. You begin your journey carrying as many supplies as you can, correct?
Yes.
Very slow going. I need everybody to make an athletics check for me.
Oh boy. Okay. Well.
Buddy as well, I assume.
15.
Okay.
14.
Okay.
Nice.
15 for Monty, 13 for Buddy.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
I got a solid 4.
Okay. You guys make it probably about halfway to Mozetta before it begins to.
It's not bad.
That's pretty good.
You guys averaged above a 10, so that was enough to get you above your day, your
Hell yeah.
2 days. You begin to set up camp, I assume, keeping watches. Dionysus, go ahead and give me a survival check.
Okay.
A natural 1?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be fair, this is probably pretty fucking tired at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What is the watch order for everybody here?
Video will start first.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
Okay. Let me pull up my phone.
Who's next?
Okay.
Logan can go next.
Okay, perception check.
That
Everybody needs to make a perception check. I'll just ask for them in order.
that's a nat one as well.
All right.
Real quick, just so we're, Buddy can watch the whole night.
That's right. Then
We're
give
not
me
like
just
in danger.
One perception check from Buddy.
Oh, you're right.
You're right.
I forget that.
25.
Oh shit, that's way better than my one.
Easy enough. You watch the night as the sun begins to rise. You see Dionysus and her group of allies. Dionysus, it was very slow. First of all, you're traversing the forest at night. Second of all, you are not used to directing a group this large.
Like herding
through.
cats.
Yes. So eventually, you guys all meet up in the morning, and you are able to take all the supplies back to the city. We're just gonna expedite right through that. You guys are not in much danger. You were able to get all the supplies back to the city. I assume you're keeping all of the magic items to yourself.
Yes.
There are people talking about. People ask you what happened. What do you tell them?
Who are the people?
Well, Yumina's there, but she's in her Giving Bird uniform. But there is just a bunch of citizens of the city. You notice there is that bald dwarven man who was there at the beginning, and a couple of other. Just there's older people who want to know what happened for what happened's sake, and then there are younger people who want to know what happened. Like a couple of people who obviously hold you in a lot of regard because you are adventurers. Just kind of a mix of everybody wondering what happened.
There was a weird witch lady. She was using a machine to make a bunch of snow. And she tried to kill us, so we killed her, and we turned the machine off.
Yeah, can I do minor illusion to play like a little 5 foot by 5 foot movie?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Of what freaking happened?
Easy enough. Do you keep it truthful to what happened? Or do you try to embellish your side a little bit more?
I mean, obviously, I got it.
Okay,
embellished.
make a deception check.
It's gonna be things
With
are gonna get a
advantage.
little okay.
Also, if there are kids here, are we showing like the part where she?
She ate the arm.
I even with advantage, I
Flash of genius, Thomas. +5.
okay. With the flash of genius, that would bring it up to 11.
That's
something.
that is enough. 10
Okay.
was your DC.
Okay. Whew.
Easy enough to kind of show this crazy fight. Do you cover Jeskar's arm?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd make it rated arm.
There's not children. These are
Nice.
all adults.
Sounds good.
Well, but
Thank
I
you.
don't want to make Jeskar upset. I
Yeah.
mean, I think if anything,
Yeah,
I
Jeskar's like, well, okay.
I think if anything, I'm actually gonna add Jeskar into the mix and have Jeskar like
You're
be
going to-
represented as like the village hero.
You're gonna
No,
kill
I'm
the
not.
fight.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm
Okay.
not gonna do that because you're gonna would kick my ass.
All right. Easy enough. You kind of show yourselves all in this very skewed. All of you that were there know that this fight is not how it went. You guys had in Thomas's vision, you guys see yourself busting down through this pike, immediately rolling up, Buddy uppercutting Araba just into the air, and all of you like Power Rangers like jumping up into the air, taking slashes, shooting magic until they just explode. And then you land and you help Jeskar up, and everybody like cheers and stuff as you're able to get all of the supplies back to the city.
When did we have mechs? I didn't know we had mech battles.
You don't remember that part? You don't
Also,
remember the part with the mech?
Due to my own mistake, I'm 3 years younger. Anybody?
That's
anyone
just the
notice that?
rejuvenating cream.
Anybody notice whenever I entered the
I don't
city?
know.
Hey, that kid's younger than he was when he left.
You bring this up, everybody gets like there's there's like this celebratory energy, and now it is so awkward. Nobody knows how to respond to all of this. Okay.
And I'm actually 18, right? I look so different. Look, I look completely different. I'm like not like that different looking. They like honestly, I mean, he doesn't look too different.
Eventually, you get everything back, and after we're gonna give you guys just a couple of days of downtime because I assume you're all helping the city get back on its feet, and I just kind of want to push through this. So unless there's anything specific you would like to do.
Dionys is going to ask for Monty to investigate the staff for her, see if any of that's interesting.
Simple identify spell on the staff. I assume you cast that. Sorry, I didn't mean to take away your agency there if you wanted to just steal.
No, yeah.
Simple identify spell will reveal that this is what is called a hag's gray staff. It is just basically an arcane focus for a hag. While wielded by a hag, it can give them the power of flight. However, it is innate to anybody that is not the hag that made it. So it is just a cool staff. It has arcane properties, but only those that could be used by Oraba herself.
Mm-hmm.
I play a minor illusion movie of me as a hag crafting the staff, and I want to try to fool the staff into letting me fly.
You take this thing, you create this illusion of yourself playing it for the staff, and then you pick up the staff, and you step forward, and you begin to feel your arcane energy going through this staff as it begins to swirl around you, and then you burp.
I'm so frightened by the burp that I shit myself.
Is that a loud one?
Oh no!
How many decibels?
Okay.
I would like to look for a tailor to sew the garments because actually Logan cannot sew. He himself cannot sew, but I know that Monty can, but he doesn't want to talk to Monty.
Easy enough. So we're gonna say before we get into all of this, the first day that you're back after your night of rest, Yamina summons you all into her office. She's all standing there. She's there. Jeskar, you see, has an actual like prosthetic wing that is now like wrapped around his shoulder and kind of makes up for his arm at the moment. And she says,
Jeskar. Oh, sorry.
Good job to all of you. I wanted to thank you for getting my brother back.
Oh, the siblings.
Mentioned that it's her brother.
No,
cool.
she mentioned that sending you on the quest that her brother's gone.
I told him.
I didn't pick up on that.
I did not pick up on that.
I did.
Anything else of note happen with her? What did she give you a name?
Her name was Oraba, and
there are
she
two more.
mentioned that her sisters would be looking out for us as well.
Never heard of an Oraba. If she is the creature that you described, they do tend to run in covens. I don't know. I've never encountered one before. Next time I'll know how to handle it.
And Monty, do you want to mention the ball?
Yeah, I was gonna say what she was using to do this. Tommy and I were able to get it out of the machine undamaged, and it's a pretty powerful thing. It's an what was it? Orb of spell amplification.
A spell amplification orb.
Spell amplification. So Monty wouldn't say that. Clayton said that. Spell amplification orb.
Whoa, you said that so cool and flawlessly, Monty.
Monty, are you okay? Are you okay,
Looks up
Monty?
to Jeskar, and he kind of like nods. And there's like a moment of shared eye contact, and she's like, "My brother's familiar with things of the like."
Jessica, you're so cool. You're like the coolest person that ever was. Yeah, totally.
Fun fact, the reason Jiskar doesn't talk is his voice is eerily similar to...
Yeah, they're like almost like they're indistinguishable.
Yeah.
I would keep that safe. Do you have any plans for it right now?
Not at the moment.
I was
but
thinking. Oh.
I mean, theoretically, it could do a lot of good. I just don't know how right now. So
I wanted to.
Well, if you were able to get it out undamaged, many people will probably be looking for it. That's something that you should try to keep hidden if you can.
What were you saying, Thomas?
Oh, I was just saying I wanted to do a thing where I could summon a gargoyle. I was gonna do it through that, and then we just have like a bunch of gargoyles going around, and we could have a gaggle of gargoyles, and maybe
That
we
would
could
be
fill
cool.
we could fill a gondola with gargoyles, a gaggle of gargoyles on the gondola.
Nobody stop him. Let him keep going.
And then Gerald would get in there, and it'd be like a goose and the gargoyles, and it would just be like so cool.
I looked through some old supplies. Were you able to find any of my other agents?
Not alive.
Thomas puts the little leg the skeleton leg, like deeper into his cloak. No, we didn't find anything at all.
It seems as
You
though...
wait, Thomas, you're saying you didn't find anything, and Monty just said, not alive. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
It seems as though Raba's encounters with them resulted in their death. The majority of the enemies that we fought were reanimated corpses, some of which seem to be wearing the clothes of your monastery. I'm sorry.
You happen to be able to describe them? Maybe I can put a name to the ones that we lost.
There was like the eagle, right? Or it was like a white bird or like a white aircraft, or is that totally wrong? The main one.
There's a blue and yellow and a like a red feathered like robin.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we would relay that information as well.
All right. Thank you. I was planning on, if you would like, we've lost a few agents over the past few days. We have a cemetery right outside town where we could conduct a funeral alongside Micah.
I'd like
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah.
She kind of takes a second. I also thought that you all should have this. She reaches down and pulls out a white feather bag. I was planning on giving this to Micah next time he came in. It's kind of like a side strap, a crossbody, like a small, gosh, why do I forget what that's called? A small, like
or messenger bag?
A messenger bag, like a small messenger bag that hangs over the side. She kind of tosses it towards you, Monty. It can hold much more than it looks like it can. Thought you could find it useful.
Yes.
Plan on giving it to
Absolutely.
Micah. And you seem to be the ones carrying on his legacy.
We'll make good use of it.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of carrying on Micah's legacy, Jeskar, I wanted to talk to you. You made Micah's weapon, right? One of the last things that he did was returned that to us. And he had a great bond with our friend Thomas here. I was planning on making it into something better that could help protect our group. And to do so, I would need an ingot of solidified air. I'm told that you would be the person to talk to there.
He looks to Yamena, who gives him a nod. He turns back, and he walks over to you, and with his left hand, which is the only arm that he still has, he reaches out and puts his finger on the middle of your forehead for a moment. You see a bit of that ki energy, just kind of, he exhales, and it goes around his head, and immediately you are filled with the knowledge of how to create a solidified wind ingot. What you need is an air elemental from the elemental plane of air. If you're able to find one of those, and you are able to craft a specific, he gives you a recipe for a specific type of gem that could hold one of these. Entrapping an air elemental in that gem would then give you the ability to create a solidified air ingot. He also gives you the knowledge of where you may find one of these. Kind of popping in, almost latching on to your, where you know about the world, he kind of adds information into that. Tells you about a place known as the Sandari Desert. A place between here and the Kingdom of the Ancients, where it is rumored that weaknesses in the Veil lie. The Veil being the innate magical ability that holds the planes apart from one another. In the Sandari Desert, for whatever reason, the Veil is weaker there, allowing for portals to other planes of existence to, on occasion, appear in the desert. And then he pulls his hand away, and you kind of come back into this, like, back into reality with this, like, weird new knowledge and, like, this weird feeling of, like, somebody... It almost felt like you were... Your brain was a, like, filing cabinet, and somebody was walking through, opening cabinets and just putting files inside of them. And you just kind of come back, and you immediately, like, all this knowledge is in your brain. All of you watch, this took a fraction of a second. He places it on, the key opened up for a minute, and then, boom, he pulled away, and Monty, kind of a little bit out of breath, comes back.
Ooh. All right. Thank you. I'll kind of turn to the group. So if we want to make... You said it was between the kingdom of...
the wilds.
So we're not... In Mozetta, we're not super far from that right now, right?
Correct. You were not super far. You would go through Sandari, and then further south, and you could hit the Pereira Desert.
So if we want to make this thing, it would just be a quick field trip to, and I'll say the desert. Mm-hmm. What's it called again?
The Pereira Desert.
The Pereira Desert.
I would love for that.
Yeah?
Sounds like an adventure.
Oh, you sound very excited, Dionis. It's been a while since I've seen some pep in your step.
I am from the Pereira Desert, so it is.
Is that real? Wow. Is that true? I meant to say.
Yeah.
Is that
real?
Is that real? Wow.
It has been a while, and as strange as things have been, it might be nice to be somewhere somewhat more familiar.
Somewhat warmer, too. Okay, well, no, we don't have to laugh at everything.
Wait, that was a
Sorry.
joke? I didn't know that was a joke. I thought that was the truth. I thought, like, 'cause it's a true statement. It's cold.
So sorry.
It's actually back to a nice spring spring climate now.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Anything else I can do for you?
Yes. A funny thing. We were all talking about it.
She kind of like looks at you.
During the battle, I'm really powerful and strong a lot of the time. So I de-aged myself from 18. See, it's weird, right? I know everyone thinks. Now everyone's like, "What?" Like the whole town was like, "Huh?"
I've seen this happen before.
He is small sized.
Fun size.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
Wait. No, I'm not. I am fine. So what can I do about it? You know, what did that person do?
Why should I tell you? She kind of you all see the people that have interacted, the original the 3 members of the party. You kind of see that, like, for the first time in a while, like, Yamina is like smiling a little bit. If any of you 3 that have interacted with her before would like to make an insight check, you are more than welcome to.
I'll do it.
I want to do an insight check.
I got a 21.
I got a 16.
All right.
I gotta, and I don't want to use foul language here, but I'll just say this is a nasty. This 20 is foul.
Got to bleach that 20 after this is done.
Jesus Christ.
All right. So you all immediately see that, like, she is messing with him, like just kind of starting to see how far she can push him in this one little moment.
That's the worst.
I don't know. Like, you should tell me, because I'm 15 now, and those 3 years are crucial. When I was 16, I finally got the perfect haircut that was perfect for my hair, and now it's going to be shaggy again. And when I was 17, finally all my acne went away. And now that I'm 18, because I am 18, I'm actually 18. I'm not. I look 15, but I'm not 18. So you should tell me. Period.
All right. It's a lot to unpack there.
It's not that much.
I had an old friend of mine, an old sorcerer friend of mine, named Ba Lingist.
Okay.
And a similar thing happened to him. If you're able to find him, I don't know if he ever fixed it, but if you're able to find him, he might be able to help you.
Okay. How
Keep an eye out for an incredibly young or incredibly old sorcerer. Gotcha.
Named Ballingus.
Wait, where was, like, the last time you saw him? Was he here? Did he come to Mozetta? Is he here often, or is he, like,
Last time I heard from him, I got a message from him while he was in Cantor. Just saying, fuck, shit, fuck, it happened again.
Okay, fuck, shit, fuck, wait.
Nope, another fuck. Alright, two.
I honestly
I think
need to put her hands over his ears and give Yamina a look.
I'm telling the truth.
I'm gonna second Dionysus. I'm gonna put my hands over Dionysus' ears like, as an act of, like, I'm with Dionysus here.
What? Is it because he looks 15?
I would. You know, watch your language, okay? There's
No, I'm 18.
very impressionable, like,
I can say fuck and shit. I can say
Now, you wash your mouth, young man.
hey.
Guess where the soap that I have to wash your mouth is, Logan? Guess which hand it is, Logan?
No.
Let's not ask.
Did you say on phones these days?
Alex, that was an amazing callback. That's truly.
To be fully honest, I haven't laughed like that in a short while. I'm sorry it had to come at the expense of you. You just remind me of an old friend of mine.
It's fine.
I need to start making funeral arrangements. I'm getting things back in order. Give me about 3 days, and we can have the funeral.
Real quick before we go, Yamena, darling, who would I talk to about property rights in this town?
About what?
Like home ownership.
Oh, good for you.
You know, I mean, surely they can give us a little place to call home here in this town for saving its collective ass.
There are a lot of vacancies.
I know, right?
Are you like done with the adventuring life already? Are you looking to
No. I'm just saying, we need a place to rest our hat in, and while we're gone, whatever the hell is going on with this place could use some more breathing room, I'm assuming. Yeah?
Okay. If you want to look for, Jareth, he's somewhere in town. I know he is probably handling all of this.
Jareth, this sounds like a real name for a real person who exists in this universe, and not just at the very last minute because some random asshole wanted to know about property rights in this town.
He was the mayor's assistant. But the mayor and the assistant, both dead. So
We don't have to do this. We don't have to go through.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my hands over Hayden's ears and look at Brett.
I'll put it over my own ears.
But if you want to talk to him, he might have some vacancies.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, let's just go. Let's buy a house, guys.
So we're gonna enter period.
Living out the real fantasy here.
As being a homeowner by the time you're 20.
About 3 days of downtime. Anything specific you would like to do in these days?
I would like to talk to Monty.
Okay.
One-on-one.
Yeah.
This will be sometime at night when Logan is doing a little face mask. So cut to Monty and Logan. Do you want any of this face mask?
What is it? What does it do?
It's like for your like acne.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to leave it on
for.
for. There you go. It's paste. It's a paste. You have to leave it on for 20 minutes. That's what the man told me.
Okay.
Now that I have you here for about 20 minutes, what is a ley line, and why is Buddy a ley line? And why was it a bad thing if he dies?
Phrasing it.
So a couple
Not that I
nights.
want him dead. Not that I think he should die. I'm
No,
just
no,
saying.
no. You're good. Couple nights ago when we were on the road and I told you about like my family and stuff, where it came from. Which, by the way, I don't know. I don't like to talk about that stuff a lot. So, just when we're just kind of measure your vocality about all that. My dad, Ebrius Lavramir, He, like I said, real piece of shit. He was a war monger, essentially. Part of his whole deal is that he's kind of propagating this war, not war, but propagating this fear for the people of Bulwark against the kingdom of the damned, the Underdark, where, you know, there are a lot of monsters, but there are also a lot of, you know, creatures that are living peaceful lives. A lot of, I think, like, there's a lot of drow that live down there that aren't looking to cause anybody harm. And I don't know why he had that whole thing, but part of it was that he was looking for weapons. And so once I was making things, he put me to work with this other guy, Situr Karta. Really brilliant guy. He was an artificer, and he taught me a lot of what I'm able to do now. I mean, before I was just kind of, best thing I'd ever done was make a semi-functional watch. And he put me to work with Situr, and while we were working, the big project, the big picture of what my dad was trying to get was, well, there are these things called ley lines that they're what hold our world together. They run through the fabric of reality, and that's where, like, when Thomas is casting spells, or even you know, people who use a more natural approach like Dionysus, all of it comes from ley lines. That's where they draw their power from. We're manipulating, and that's what, I mean, you don't have to know it because you do that too, just on a more like intrinsic natural level, manipulating ley lines to invoke spells.
So I can hold it? Is it like, are you saying it's like a thing I can, well, that doesn't make sense because I can't, like, you can't, can you put it into something?
Ley lines, no. Like, ley lines as they exist in the world, no. They're not tangible. But that's what we were doing, is we were making an artificial ley line, entirely man-made. And in theory, it's impossible. It should never have happened. Even with somebody as brilliant as Situr, it was a 1 in a million chance, and we got unlucky, and it worked. And so Situr sent me off in the night. I left with it, and I've never been back home. And now it's in the middle of Buddy's head, the anvil. It keeps it from being scryed on.
Wait, so what would happen if he did die? Like, what's the worst that could possibly happen? Like, it's artificial.
Buddy,
like magic.
If Buddy died, I mean, then it would.
If the anvil was destroyed.
If the anvil was destroyed, then the ley line, then the ley line would be not in the anvil anymore, which would mean it's out in the world, which means people could find it. And if the bad people, assuming none of us are there to protect it, then whoever got their hands on it, I would assume, since my father is actively looking for it, that he would get to it first. And he would be wielding power that nobody should have their hands on.
Oh, okay. Was this weird to talk about?
Look, I know you did really good in that fight. I know you turned yourself into a kid and shit, but
I look like a kid. I look like one.
yeah, you turned your body into a kid's body.
15 isn't that young, okay? It's fine.
No, you're good. You just look a little different. You'll get used to it. Do I take this off now, or like how?
It's only been like 5 minutes. No, you have to
Okay,
leave it
sorry.
on.
Oh, cool.
So
If you take it off, your skin
It
will.
feels like it's
start
getting.
healing.
My face feels like it's getting like tight. I don't. Is it? Am I allergic
it's
to it?
supposed to be. It's supposed to be. Well, you're probably. Everyone's like kind of allergic to it. That's kind of why it works.
Okay.
And also, he said that it's supposed to burn for like 24 hours afterward. And don't put water on your face in this time because it'll just wash off. But it's kind of like
Don't put water on my face in 24 hours.
Maybe
And then-
that's why he had so much
Okay.
acne.
So, throughout this conversation, trying to figure out what these face masks do, eventually you're able to you go through your first day. Monty, you're getting your first like actual full rest in a while. I need you to make an insomnia roll for me.
Sure thing. I don't suppose I would be. How big is? It's 10 feet for wisdom saves from video, right?
Correct. You are not staying in the same room.
All right.
Scoot over a little
5.
bit to the corner of the room.
5.
Yeah.
So everybody else, this first night goes through fine. You can go ahead and refill your hit points, refill your everythings. Thomas and Logan, you can remove your level of exhaustion.
Perfect.
Monty, you begin to fall asleep, and you begin to see the ley line, the artificial ley line itself, a pulsating, immense, multicolored, shifting orb trapped in this steel cage. You see next to it an anvil, split in two, open-faced. And you see the Fistifleros, the gloves, reach out, grab the ley line, and pull them back up to that obsidian mask that killed Micah. And you begin to then pull back out, just in a moment, just this moment of the Phoenix King grabbing the landline. You pull back out to something you'd seen as a kid in your studies, a rendition of the planar map. And in an instant, every single plane of existence just explodes and disintegrates in on itself, leaving nothing. You shoot back awake and are unable to sleep. Go ahead and mark a second level of exhaustion for me, please.
Oh my God.
So, this is our official first day of downtime. What is everybody doing?
Dionysus really wants to check in on that soldier that she and Thomas scared the shit out of all those weeks ago.
Okay. Yes. So you go to the guard's hold. Seemed as though they've kind of started taking up. There've been food. They're a little bit more well fed. You walk in. The guard is not there at the moment. There is the other guard that had disappeared earlier in the night. He's like, "Yeah, can I help you, please?"
There was a guard here with you previously. Is he doing all right?
I know a few nights ago he's a little shaken up, but nothing he can't handle.
All right. I would just, if you could please give him my most sincere apologies.
I'm sorry.
It was only meant to
I'm
be a
sorry.
joke.
I'm sorry. You are.
Dionys. My friend and I pulled a rather elaborate prank on your coworker, and unfortunately, it did not go over as well as we had anticipated. It ended up being a bit crueler than we had thought.
Shit. You're telling me Leon was telling the truth there?
Yes.
I thought it was just the hypothermia getting to him. Oh, God. You really fucked
If
him
only.
up. He hasn't slept in like a week. I'll tell him you say sorry, but I don't know if that'll do much. If you'll excuse me, I've got lots of stuff. We're trying to get the whole fucking city back in order, so.
Of
Just a
course.
moment. Thank you for your help with everything and the hag and everything. I was with everybody bringing supplies in, but fucking hell as he leaves towards the back.
All right.
All right. Anybody else? Anything on this first day of downtime? Yes, Vidya.
Let's go rent a house. Let's go buy a house. Let's go. Let's go get a house, y'all.
You're not turning us into landlords, are you?
Okay.
No.
No.
So, you head towards the mayor's office.
Woo.
It is a fucking storm. There are people running around trying, you see, there's people talking about trying to be like, have we done a census? Have we figured out who all has been alive? Is who's all still here? Who's all still in the city? Anybody leave? Anybody just go on vacation recently? They seem to be trying to, now that the immediate threat has passed, they're trying to assess their damages.
Yeah.
So you walk into this storm of people moving around.
Just walking in, would anyone notice me as like part of the group that went to stop all the madness, or
I'm sure,
anything
yeah.
like that?
A couple people notice you, and they kind of like wave at you. One woman comes up to you. She's like, "Hi, Vidya, right?"
That is correct, ma'am. I hope you're doing well.
It's a little bit crazy right here, right now. What can I help you with?
I understand. If there's any way I could get a word in with your property rights manager of this fine.
Oh, Jareth?
Jareth, yes, Jareth.
Jareth.
I would love to talk to Jareth real quick.
All right. Let me go see if he's in. She leaves. A couple minutes pass. She comes back. Jareth is a little bit busy at the moment. He's dealing with all the other stuff that we're dealing with. What is it that you exactly wanted to talk to him about? Maybe I can set up an appointment. He's not doing walk-ins right now. He's kind of our de facto mayor.
Oh, well, that sucks for him. But I just wanted to say, I want to make sure that my compatriots, you probably met them earlier in the year, right? Morton, forget, that was not intentional. I just legit forgot he goes by Dionys. I remember there being a Micah. You probably know. They come here more often than I ever have, and I want to make sure that they have a nice warm place to stay whenever they come and visit. And considering, I don't want to sound opportunistic, but there are a lot of vacancies right now, and I figure right now would be, unfortunately, the best time to latch onto it.
As you've been talking, giving this like long little sentence of everything, you see she is kind of like pulled to the side and is like filling out paperwork, like half paying attention. She's like, "You guys gonna buy a house?"
Yes.
Okay, well, look, we kind of got to get a handle on everything that's here right now. Give us a few days and come back by. Maybe Jareth will know a little bit more if there's any openings.
Okay, that works for me. Thank you.
All right. Cool. Anybody else on this first day? Or anything else in particular over the course of the next couple days? Yes, Monty.
I would love to, because I know that this might not be super possible in this city, but I figured I'd at least check in on it. Last we spoke, in terms of me wanting to make a gun,
Yes.
my best bet was going to be finding somewhere that I can just do a little research.
Yes.
And I assume that there's a library of some kind in the city, right?
Yes. There is a like the mayor's like general library, and then there's also a library in the Church of the Giving Bird. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
All right. And I'm, in fact, because we're in downtime, I was going to hit myself with an enhance ability.
Okay.
To give myself that. And then I'll even do a flash of genius.
That gives you advantage, correct?
Yeah, so I'll have advantage, and then I'll have a flash of genius. It's for an extra +5. So that's a natural 17. And then that'll be a filthy, disgusting, nasty, just gross ass, don't even want to look at it 30.
30.
Oh my god.
Okay. This city, not the city to make guns in. The libraries that you both libraries you go through, they seem not focused much in the artificer arts. However, in speaking, hold up just 1 second. Oh god, where is it? In talking with Yamina herself, she actually gives you the name of a person who might know a little bit, an artificer that she's ran into a couple times that might know a little bit about making a gun. His name is Dovak Kalis.
Is he in the city?
He's not in the city. She tells him he is a traveling merchant who sells demolition supplies. He is accompanied by a small purple beast known as a powder monkey.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Do we remember where he was going when we last saw him?
Ooh, yeah.
I believe last time you saw him, he was heading towards Zaspros. Because you encountered him while leaving Zaspros heading towards Domont.
Yes. All right. Yeah, I guess I'm done then.
Cool. That 30 got you that little bit of information. Anybody else? Okay.
This is a weird request.
Okay.
Would I be able to use the Fae that I summoned to send something back to Junin?
Okay. Hold up.
It's not something that's going to be thrown in the description of someone.
Sorry, I'm gonna look it through just to see kind of where it says you conjure it from, because this may be something along the lines of, it's more like you are summoning a Fae aspect than a particular full Fae. Like you have seen Fae in the past. They've given you the magical ability to conjure a visage of them. To go around. So I'll say you are able to. It conjures their spirit. It does not conjure themselves.
Okay.
So you would not be able to send an item back. However, you could send a message back.
Okay.
It's almost like you are conjuring a section of a Fae's subconscious.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Is there a message you would like to send?
No. We'll cross that bridge later.
Of course. Wonderful. Then, Monty, go ahead and give me another insomnia roll. This one is a DC.
Yep. 17.
17. Okay, you're able to remove 1 level of exhaustion.
Cool.
This is the day before Micah's funeral. Anybody got anything on there?
I mean,
Is
Diana
there?
definitely going to buy like flowers and stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Go ahead and make a perception check, Dionys.
Find any flowers that were not wilted by the storm.
Oh yeah. That is going to be a 14.
Okay. That passes the DC. It's a pretty low DC. You're able to find a couple flowers.
Okay.
That's not too hard. They're a little bit upselled because,
Yeah.
flowers are not all back in bloom. A lot of the local wildlife is dead. However, you do notice a little bit of an influx of an Aarakocra population among the streets. Just here and there. Just a couple Aarakocras like flying into the city and stuff like that.
Do any of them look familiar, or like is there a resemblance?
Make an insight check.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably not going to do it. It's a 6.
They're Aarakocras. They're bird-like creatures. You can make reasonable assumptions, but you don't get to really. You can't draw anything specific from everything.
Right.
All right. Yes, Monty.
Is there an apothecary or something of the sorts here?
Not open. Not in this city. Seems like a lot of if there was one, it has shut down. It seems to have shut down before this whole thing happened.
Okay.
Most of it is still a relatively small town, and it's mainly a trade city, I believe, if I'm remembering where it is on the map correctly.
Would I think that like a general store or anything would have some sort of like medicine of some kind?
Medicine, you're talking like sleeping medicine?
Yeah,
Make an investigation check.
sure thing. I'll hit myself with another. I'll do the same thing I did last time. That will be 29.
29?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, easy enough. It is a trade city, so like general stores and stuff are gonna carry stuff like that. You're able to find some sort of sleeping medicine to help you with sleeps. You're able to find about 5 doses. Consuming a dose will allow you to. I will give you advantage on your insomnia checks.
Cool.
Okay. All right.
Should I mark off gold for that?
Yeah, it'll cost you 2 gold pieces.
Cool.
So go ahead and roll 1 more insomnia check. Are you using your medicine?
I'm only at 1 right now.
It's a DC.
What's the DC? DC 20, so I have to roll a nat 20.
At 0, it is a just so you know, you're on the level of how this works. Starting at 0 levels of exhaustion, it is a DC 25 to be able to go to sleep. It reduces,
Which is impossible.
It reduces by 5 for every level of exhaustion you have until you reach 3 levels of exhaustion in which no roll is required.
Okay, so I'll probably not use one tonight because the odds are still very low.
Right?
So yeah.
Just give me a roll.
Cool.
Whoop, that went away.
6.
All right. You go to sleep, and you see again the anvil cracked in half, the ley line sitting in its center, and you see the bony hand of Araba grabbing the ley line, lifting it up. In an instant, everything around you is encased in ice, and you see your friends, your allies, everyone you've met on your journey, everyone you've met in your life, torn limb from limb by Oraba while you sit helpless. And then you come back to consciousness. And you are unable to sleep, giving you a second level of exhaustion. All right.
You can't catch a break. You can't sleep at all.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah. That's it makes sense.
the day comes.
Yeah.
You come out to an area. You go meet at the monastery. Yamina gives you some directions. Gives you the old, don't make it look obvious. Again, this is a clenched fist funeral. This is not an open funeral. Follow it out into the woods, where you find this small graveyard. Another statue of the Aarakocra, similar to the one in the Giving Bird. However, this one is brandishing two scimitars. Kind of almost seemed a statue made as in the midst of battle. And around it, there are headstones. As you come up, there's actually a small, just kind of enchantment to kind of hide this amongst the things that you give a simple passcode to get past, and you come upon this graveyard. There are a bunch of Aarakocra in battle uniforms, similar to that Yamina wears under her robes. You see Yamina and Jeskar, both kind of standing up at the front, each one of them with a golden scimitar. And you'll find yourselves, Jeffrey is there, a couple of other humanoids are there, but this is mostly Aarakocra. As Yamina eventually goes in, and you see behind her there are 3 caskets. As she begins to speak. Today, we lay to rest some incredible agents. The clenched fist. She kind of breathes in and out for a second, steadying herself. This isn't the first funeral we've had. It will no doubt be the last. But that doesn't make it any easier. These people all fought well. And they fought for the good of the weak. Those that could not defend themselves were defended by the likes of Hrog, Trilak, and Micah. She begins to give a little bit of anecdotes about Hrog and Trilak. Eventually, as you all look around, you notice we're mostly Aarakocra. A few people in the audience kind of give a light chuckle at that. But that doesn't mean we don't see the best in some of other people. Micah came to me after a very hard time in his life, where he had nowhere else to turn. And I saw fire in him. I knew that he wanted to do good. And so I took him under my wing. A couple of other people in the audience laugh.
All right.
Is this Jimenez tight 5 at Micah's funeral, dog? What's happening right now?
The other, you can tell that Yamina is trying to keep this light, trying not to get bogged down in the sadness of the affair. And he proved to be a greater warrior than one could have ever suspected. As many of you know, he died fighting against a threat known as the Phoenix King. And he had the willpower to possess a fire elemental post-mortem. Not a lot of us can do that. But I'm glad he was the one of us that could. The funeral goes on. A few other people come up and pay their respects. Until eventually the caskets are lowered into the ground. There are headstones with each of the names written into them. As you all have a moment to stand over Micah's grave. Is there anything you would like to do?
Logan is gonna maybe kind of gesture to the rest of the group just very subtly and do that breathing thing that Micah showed him whenever Micah disappeared. The
square breathing. All right. You look on the grave of Micah Leamore. Eventually the funeral comes to a close. As you head back into the city of Mosetta. Oh, sorry.
Just giving Logan his opportunity.
Sorry, I didn't see anybody else raise their hand.
We all get a turn.
Go ahead. Anybody else would like to?
Okay, well, Dionysus is going to place the flowers that she got on his grave. And she's going to say, I am sorry that I didn't get to know you better. I'm sorry that I was not able to protect you. I hope that I'll see you later.
I was just gonna say, Monty's gonna just put a hand on Thomas's shoulder, and Buddy will put his hand on your other shoulder.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna kind of put my hand on the tombstone and kind of be like, Micah, I never had children, and I don't know if it was proper or okay for me to do so, but you felt like a son to me. You made me realize that there was more to myself, and I want to become a very powerful wizard just so that when my tale is told, they have to mention that the wizard used not a wand or a staff to cast spells, but the glaive of the greatest and bravest hero that this land has ever known. Goodbye, my son. And I'm just gonna put my hand on the tombstone, and then I'll get down, kiss the dirt once. Do like a Aragorn, like when Boromir died, he like kisses the stuff, he just like the thing, and then I think I'll head back. I'll head back home.
Anything else?
Dionysus takes a little cloth out of her thing and wipes off his mouth. There's dirt on his mouth.
Yeah, Thomas's lipstick kind of left on the surface of the casket.
All right.
And then she's going to hug him.
I'll hug back.
Just being respectful, Vidya's gonna just say some prayers in the back off of her oath.
So as the funeral comes to a close, you all begin to head back to the city of Mosetta. Micah, a soul adrift in the afterlife. You feel a moment of community drift over you. A moment of connection back to the material plane, if just for a moment. And that's where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's episode. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. Good reminder: we will not have our regularly scheduled programming next week. I will be out of town, so we will not be able to host an episode in any regard. But until then, until a couple weeks from now, love you very much. Bye-bye, y'all.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks for watching, y'all.